Going live. Going live. 1, 2, 3. We are live. All right. let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna try to explain what happened to Santa. I don't really know. He still thought it was for today. And I don't know. I don't know. So hopefully eventually I'll get a Santa. I have sad news and hard news and hopeful news. I have a lot of hopeful news. The fight that a lot of people are going through, I know that it's tough. Life is tough. It's hard. And it does break my heart when people either lose the fight or give up fighting. I know from my own experience that just constant without ever feeling like you're ever getting a break from it, where you're just going and going. I mean, I fight every day, and some days, it comes, I joke, it's one of the reasons why I hate my job so much, is because I haven't really had a break from it since I was hired. I don't get vacation days, and I don't have sick. Well, I have sick days, but I'm not allowed to use the sick days because they won't pay me for it if I take a day off. Even COVID, they didn't pay me for my COVID. So, I mean, it's all fucking bullshit. And when you're going like that and you're just burnt out and you got nothing left in your gas tank and nobody's filling it back up, or you don't have the money to fill it back up, I'm right there with you. And sometimes I don't have an answer. I don't even know how I keep going. I just do. I just go. I'm hopeful for the future and just keep going. We all have issues and we all have things that we're dealing with, and sometimes it is overwhelming and too great to deal with, and I feel like I am losing everybody around me, and it's hard. It's hard. I miss them. I'm worried about the people who are still around, who are still fighting, and some are, struggling. And I hope that they can. And that's what Santa was for. Because I knew that even, and not by their choice, some of the people. And I know that a couple of them, never would have gotten to watch even the stream, the No Show Santa. And some might eventually get around to watching it. And it's losing contact is the worst for me. Because not knowing, I feel like I'm grieving, even with the chance that they're still around. And I wanted to do. I will probably get copyright strikes, so I'll probably have to take it out of this video. So if there's the chat, I will lose the chat. The chat. If there's a chat over here, I'm going to probably lose the chat. I don't have a chat right now, so that's perfectly fine. I have nobody in, nobody there. So I could probably just do this, and I can cut it, but I think I'll still lose the chat for the rest of the video if I cut this section out, so that it's not copyright claimed. I'll figure it out. But the song is actually from The Hobbit, which is a movie that I didn't like, but I love this song, and it's The Last Goodbye. And I'm gonna see if I can do it. I think I should probably stand up. I think that the sound quality is better with me standing. So I'm gonna do a little shaky. So if you don't like the shaky, look away for a moment and stuff like that while I set up, while I get it up and stuff like that. Judah's still in there? Judah's still in there? In a little walking room. I'm moving the mic. Sorry about the noise. Let's see where our sound is at. That should be okay there. So, completely impromptu, and I'm going to just try. Hopefully I can sing this well. Haven't really practiced it, but this is one of the big people who actually passed a while ago, who was a really dear friend of mine, Chris. And I miss you every day. And I was really saddened, and I was sorry I couldn't be there with you when you passed. But I have a few people who are also passing. Hopefully that there's still some of them are still around, and some of them will get to see this. And this is not a final. It's not a final goodbye for you if you're going to stick around. I hope you will. And I hope Santa does show one of these days. Hopefully it'll happen for Christmas, because that's the plan. But there is no real plan for. Am I going to be in? Maybe this will work. Who knows? Another freaking update. They're always updating me. All right. Let's just do it. I mean, this is, like I said, completely impromptu. I didn't write this. This is not my song. And I'm going to actually find out who Stephanie Valentine is the one who actually did this karaoke version. But I'll find out who actually wrote it and where it's from and stuff like that. But thank you, Stephanie, for the karaoke version. And sorry about my voice. Okay, let's just do this. I saw the light fade from the sky. On the wind I heard a sigh, as the snowflakes covered my fallen brothers. I will say this last goodbye. Night is now falling, so end this day. The road is now calling, and I must away. Over hill and under tree, through the lands where light is shown, by silver streams that run down to the sea. Under cloud, beneath the stars, over snow one winter's morn, I turn at last to paths that lead home, and though where the road then takes me, I cannot tell. We came all this way, but now comes the day to bid you farewell. Many places I have been, many sorrows I have seen, but I don't regret, nor will I forget all the route that rode with me. Night is now falling, so end this day. The road is now calling, and I must away. Over hill and under tree, through the land where never light has shone, by silver stream that run down to the sea. The memories I will hold, with your blessing I will go, to turn at last to paths that lead home. And though where the road then takes me, I cannot tell. We came all this way, but now comes the day to bid you farewell. I bid you all a very fond farewell. We go back. Let's go back. Go back to the seat. I never get this back right. It takes me forever to adjust this. There. Something like that. No, I'm just so sad. Why does this look like it's falling? It's not supposed to be falling. I'm like tilted. I hope it did okay. I'm not gonna know until afterwards, and I'll probably clip that for a loud noise. If it is goodbye, it's goodbye. And if you're still around, I'm still right here. And I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Just fix the mic so it actually will record me. It's it's been kind of a tough few days, and I really wanted to it's still kind of not right. Something like that. But it's been a rough few days, and I've been trying to escape a little bit, and I've been working too much, and I think I am way too emotional for a lot of things. I don't know if I don't know if I do it on purpose. I don't know if I did it, if it's, some subconscious plan of mine. But I I've been like kind of like secretly showing how offering my vulnerable side, and it feels like it's kind of ignored, which, like I said, I can't control people, so I don't want to control people. And I I always talk about, like, what it's like to reveal you, and you know what, people may be revealing who they are, and maybe it is really, really just they're just awful people, and I'm choosing to not see that, and thinking that, oh, they're starting their journey, they're beginning their journey, and they'll find out, that it has nothing to do with hate, has nothing to do with what others are doing. It's all self. They'll figure it out. They'll figure out what them as a person, who they are inside, who they are outside, who they project onto other people. They're going to see it. They're going to see how beautiful that is, how wonderful that is, and it's going to happen. And maybe I need to accept that there's just some people who are just so ugly. And not ugly as in like what they look facially, not ugly as in, because that to me, that's superficial beauty, or whatever you want to call it, is not attractive to me. I'm not attracted to it. I'm not attracted to pictures in magazines and things like that. It doesn't, I can't, I can't feel, is probably the best word, emotionally, who that person is, and um from a picture, it's, I can't tell pictures, um stories. I think it's one of the reasons why I like the whole concept behind VTubers, because it's not the picture anymore. It is, they are, they can only use who they are inside. And whether they're doing it for safety reasons or whatever the reason is that they don't want to reveal their real life self. And it, after a while, I don't even care what their real life self, what they look like in their everyday life. Who they are to me is who they present on streams or as a VTuber. And it's in a lot of cases, it's very vulnerable, some heartbreaking. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful and funny and charming and lovely and very endearing and very attractive. I'm very attracted to it. Non-VTubers like me, I'm a non-VTuber because I don't have a VTuber persona. Also have the same, for me, they have the same exact ability that VTubers have. The only difference that the only, or I should say, the only disadvantage of being a real life person as opposed to being a VTuber is that even or at least I think I do, I rely on the real to carry a lot of weight, and I try not to, but maybe I do. But I try to, because I have a real life persona that's not digital and doesn't glitch out and doesn't, or isn't speech to text and saying the wrong things and stuff like that. And because that's not happening, the or text to speech, because it's not text to speech, because that's not happening. I think that it doesn't. I don't think I'm being challenged. Now I'm also not being challenged. I'm not challenged because I don't have viewers. I don't have people commenting. I don't have people critiquing or asking questions and stuff like that. That people who've been doing this for years, or even who just basically have a large following, and especially anybody who's been monetized, those groups. I even if they're small, I'm not even small. I'm tiny. I'm microscopic almost. So I think that there's an advantage to that, as well as the big disadvantages that I don't have any I don't have to project and work towards my persona, because I'm allowing what people see. I think I'm making sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, but it's it is. I love anime and I love art and I love the computer aspect of it. Rigging the avatars is absolutely fascinating to me. All of that stuff is just way cool, as it were, way cool stuff. As Neo said, whoa, 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 oh. All right. My Keanu Reeves impersonation is not there yet. Ted Theodore Logan. The but yeah, so that's one of the things. I also big step that I'm under construction. Under construction. Big step that I have is taking my personal page on Discord, and I'm turning it into a community page. Friends that have been there, that have watched me play. I only used it once for Final Fantasy 14 when I was trying to level up a character. So there's people in there. But yeah, I maybe I'll put a link down below. I don't know. I keep saying I'm going to do links down below, and if you've seen my unscripted, you know that there's no links down below. So if I remember to put a link down below, I'll put a link down below. And I'm the reason that there's nothing in the description is because Unscripted is not supposed to have that. I'm supposed to be clipping this, and then that clip is supposed to have the links down below. That's how I planned it, but it's unscripted, so who knows? And then you can always see what ends up on the cutting room floor, which is if I do it right, isn't going to be much. It's going to be stuff like me rubbing my eye and saying a lot. Get rid of all the ums. I don't know. I have a few songs for karaoke that I want to do, but I'm just kind of like, this got to work about and do it that way. And maybe this will be a short stream, but yeah, as I don't control Santa. Santa's gonna make his appearance whenever he wants to, and when he does, we will, I will give him the floor. I don't know what's happening with my makerspace. I hope I pull it together in time, and I hope I'm not doing anything last minute. But there is waiting right now, which is I'm kind of not upset by, but just why bother? Why do people hold on when they know that it's going to go away and something else will fill the void, whether it's me or something else, but something else will come in. And not it's like what they say about voting and politicians and stuff like that. If you don't like what you got, run. Be the change. Be the change you want to be. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call this one early today. I hope you enjoyed the song. I hope it came out well. Thanks to Stephanie Valentine. I think I'm saying her name right. Stephanie Valentine. For the music, it was absolutely gorgeous. I think he did a really good job. And can't say, yeah. But if this gets copyrighted, copyright claimed, I probably will just take it down and just do the you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's already been 30 minutes. Let's make this a short stream just in case it is copyright claim because all the stuff that I've added. If I'm gonna take out the song, I take out the song. I might take out the whole video and not even do it. And I just kind of wanted to, kind of vent um, that it's hard for me as well. I don't know if I'm making this look easy. It definitely isn't. It's definitely really. I'm struggling, and even though you might think that you're a burden on me, you're helping me get through my stuff as well. So we're doing this together, and one step at a time, one moment at a time, if we have to. Um, thank you for being there for me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, and that's what I mean when I say I love you. Like I I really do appreciate you know everything. Um, it makes me it gives me hope. I'm the one giving everybody hope, but it gives me hope um, that things will be better. I can do the things that I love doing, and I can survive in this world without losing myself in the process. You know, I am not defined by my job currently. And even if I was doing what I loved, I would not be defined by that job either, that work. Um, and I just, um, I don't know. I don't, like I said, I hope everybody is doing really well. I hope, whatever you're going through, it's, it's going to be worth it. And I would love to be on that journey with you, especially if you're trying to figure out who you are, or if you have figured out who you are. I would love to see it. It is one of the things that I love most um, about people. I always say, yeah, I think it's like kind of hysterical because I always say how much I hate people, and I don't like people in groups only because it's like I can't feel, it's too chaotic. Um, but the that beautiful person that's that most people keep hidden, and for good reason too. It's worth protecting. And it's not really something that um, you could, it's not even for me. It's not really something that I could just show. Just like here it is, being me. But you know, I hope that even with video and stuff like that, that I could actually show that and you can actually see that. And maybe I need to have a, a VTuber avatar so that I am forced to continuously reveal the me um, in absolute total chaos that it is. Not have you guys rely on how cool my beard is and stuff like that. Um, and it is way cool. I like it, but again, not me. It's what you'll think about when you think about me. I think, but not. It's not me. It's not the me that I'm trying to show. And the and it's and if that's you, it I want to see the you. And I'm not saying that it's easy for VTubers to do it, but yeah, especially the VTubers who are successful and who are doing well. And success is not how many followers they have and how much this. Success is that how well they inhabit their persona and reveal themselves through the avatar, which is, I say, like I struggle to even comprehend how difficult that is to do. So I'm not saying that it's a piece of cake and they just turn around one day and boom, you know oh, I could do this in 2 seconds, and maybe it is that way for some people to be able to do that. And I I am very envious of them if that is the case. Um, but it's it's nice. It's I'm very attracted to it. I'm very I always want more. So there's that selfish part of me, and that's I think that's a good thing. I mean, this is how wonderful that is. Um, and there are I'm talking about like how there are very successful YouTubers that are able to do this without it seems it's I think it's they've gotten into a very good steady rhythm to their VTubing so that it comes across almost natural. Um, and um, and but there are also people who are big YouTubers that are it's it's like they're obviously doing well, um, but they're not really hitting. And again, it's obviously they're successful, so they're fulfilling a need somewhere, but they're not really hitting for me what I'm looking for. So maybe even what I'm looking for in a VTuber is not what everybody else is looking for. But I now have a few faves and probably too many that I'm currently like hopping around watching all the time. And I adore them all to pieces actually because they're wonderful and they each have their own unique way of doing things and it's pretty wonderful. Um, there's a lot of things I don't understand. I sometimes feel like maybe I am an alien from another planet. I just don't comprehend stuff. And I in college I called it the bubble. Like that I've lived my entire life in this bubble, and I can see everything out there. I can see what everybody's doing. none of it applied to me. And basically, the bubble basically protected me and gave me everything that I needed. And I never had to worry about, all the basic stuff, the stuff that people I probably take for granted. I never had to worry about that stuff. You know, but when somebody tells me, like, I'll use shyness for example. Shyness is probably a really good one because I have acted shy and bashful, and I have basically just emulated, or copied what I see others doing. When people say that they're shy and they giggle and they do the whole thing, I just copied it. You know, I can do that. Like, when somebody's like going, "Oh yeah, Sean, you're really shy," and then all of a sudden I explode, and they're like, "Going, where has this person been? Why were so quiet?" And this. It's like, I don't know, I'm really this loud, noisy, obnoxious, crazy person. I just didn't want to do that because it didn't seem like it was the right fit. So what I did was I was faking it. And so I never understood it. I don't understand it. I don't. I've had my stomach flip flop on stage, but I think I was ill. Um, I think I was pushing myself too hard, and I think I was ill. Not. It wasn't flip flopping because I was nervous or scared or worried or this. And I get scared and worried, just like everybody else. But I don't understand it. It's just something, like, it still is beyond me. I try. Like I said, I can emulate it, so I think I understand what the emotions are, and why people have it. Maybe I don't understand that. Maybe that's the key. But I don't understand its existence. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Um, it's like when I was first dating, everybody told me to present myself as who I think the person wants to be with. I was trying to fit into that, whatever their niche was. So I would find out things like what they like, where they want to go, what they want to do, all this stuff, and so I would become that person. Um, and it's one of the reasons why I came up with my rule about dating, because I don't want to be that person. I want to show you me, and I am weird. I am crazy. I am, all these things. And, if you find that attractive, then we should be together. Or maybe, if you don't find it attractive, we should not be together. We could be friends, and I would rather, in most cases, most of the people that I dated, and I always say dating, and it's basically some of them were just people I had sex with, and um, and I make it sound like I was like some Casanova, crazy person. No, I wasn't. I was just me. Um, but a lot of them were trying to fit in because that's what they learned. They learned the same lesson that I did about dating, which was try to fit become everything that to that person, hit all those boxes you want to be, that, and it's like that's unsustainable. And um, hitting those boxes with me would make anybody insane. It's like going, no wonder all these women went in freaking absolutely batshit crazy, that I was with, and stabbed me and set me on fire, and shot at me, and hit me with their car, and you know set my house on fire. Same thing. But killed my bird. I had a lovebird. Um, killed my bird. Those stalked me. All those things that happened. No wonder. And who knows? They were probably this normal, happy, you know, probably fairly innocent, sweet, endearing, loving person, before they met me, and I ruined them. I mean, I don't take full credit for that, but it definitely, and definitely not. I definitely didn't do it on purpose. Why would I? How would I want somebody to be that like that? But when I'm asking people to reveal who they are to me, and it's like, and they either don't want to, or they try to figure out what it is that I'm looking for as that person on the inside. And if they haven't even begun to explore who they are, it's really difficult for them to just basically say, well, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. This is who I am. I prefer that over trying to become, my ideal person. Physical good looks only go so far. And what I mean by only go so far, I'm talking time wise with me. It's a time thing. Physical good looks will last a good amount of getting my attention, and that's about it. It could get my attention, and then after that, a conversation is going to happen, and the conversation could be anything, but if the person is trying to manipulate me, coerce me, trying to do other things that just not nice. I mean, that physical good looks that they had that got my attention just turn ugly. And once they become ugly, once a person becomes ugly to me, it's almost impossible for me to even be attracted to them. And it's even worse than that. It's even worse than, like, uh, once a person's just, unless I see like a really ugly person, that's just, horrible, um, horribly manipulative and just downright evil. Once I see that, just like, oh, it's just an ugly person. And it's really difficult to say, but like, you can't, I can't even be friends with them. Like I walked away from conversations with supposedly these gorgeous women, and people were like going, "How could you do that, Sean? Look how gorgeous she is." And it's like they're not. There's nothing attractive about um, a woman that sees me as an opportunity, or thinks that they're going to lift me up, and um, that they alone will, or the gold digging side of it is, that I am going to, I'm their meal ticket. Why would I want that? I mean, I mean, yes, I guess there's plenty of guys that's all they dream about for a woman. I mean, there's plenty of guys that basically, they wouldn't even want. They meet a girl who's at a strip bar, and she's a stripper, and if they start dating, they're gonna want them to quit freaking being a stripper. It's like going, but you're just dating. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you give her what? Because you think she's gonna meet another guy? And if she does, then you guys aren't supposed to be together. Like, why would you control somebody that much? Why would you want that? Why would you want that responsibility? To take a woman's livelihood away from them. You are now. If you take that, why would you want that? It's retarded. That's probably the wrong word. It's ridiculous. It's not very slow. It might be slow thinking, but it's just like, what happens when you guys break up? She now has to, like, find her way back in, start over, whatever career she had. Start from the bottom, not from where she was at when you guys met. From the bottom, she got to start work her way back up because you took it away from her. Why would you do that to somebody? How horrible are you to do that? Somebody told me that I have to basically stop being me. Why are you with me? Why would you be with me if you didn't want me to be me? That's pretty much what you're asking. And yeah, they might want to quit, and whatever the job is. It doesn't have to be stripping. It can be anything. It could be a power lawyer or a doctor or something like that. Why would you make a woman stop? Or man, why would you want to date somebody, and make them stop doing their career, their trajectory for their life? They become a part of their life, not ruin their life. I don't get it. See, these are things I don't understand. You can get into a million things I just don't. My brain just, like, don't even get me started on, like, the freaking Republican Party. Like, it just blows my mind. As a storyteller, as a person who tells stories, here it is. I thought it was kind of funny that it seemed like, the party was just basically, like, going along with, this, the absolute most, if it could be ridiculous and was said, the Republican Party freaking, touts it as their basically their theme point just because they hate the Democrats. I mean, that's literally, you could say anything. You can say we all must wear red pants, because if you don't wear red pants, you become a Democrat. Take hydroxychloroquine, and if you don't take hydroxychloroquine, you're voting. You might as well vote for. You might as well vote Democratic. What? Oh yeah, let's give our country over to Russia, because if you don't give our country to Russia and let them basically hold it hostage, you become a libtard. What? Really? Is that what do you really believe that? There was a shirt going around that I was like going, this can't be real. This has got to be fake. And then all of a sudden I actually saw it for sale. They'd rather be Russian than be Democrat. What? Not even for a second. I mean, the better dead than red was like, that was a big deal. We don't want communism. We don't want socialism, but we're going to give ourselves over to a freaking autocratic, freaking, the fake socialist freaking government, an autocracy. What? I know we're an oligarchy, but my mind can't. I can't comprehend it. My brain can't comprehend it. It's insane. It's just insanity to me. It's like listening to a flat earther disprove his own freaking theory about the earth being flat. Just absolutely disprove it. And not only did they disprove it, they still think that that means that the earth is flat. I'm like, what? Are you insane? There's zero evidence. There is nothing. There's no proof thing that you could come up with to prove the earth being flat. Nothing, not a thing. And the only thing that you have, against the globalist, I guess is what you call the, people who believe the earth is a globe. The earth is spherical. Is that you don't believe them. They present everything to you. They just present it. It's like the faking of the moon landing. That whole freaking bullshit. And somebody actually showed that, the light from the sun that was hitting the moon is so consistent that you would have to have so many lights set up in exactly the same way and a higher intensity than almost laser light in order to shine in that. You can't just put a filter over it, because once you put a filter over it, it won't work. Even on a black and white photo, it's impossible. It's impossible to get the lighting from the moon pictures. It's impossible to get that on Earth in any way, shape, or form. Let alone in the 60s. I'm talking now. We can computer generate it now to a degree, but we can only computer generate it with the photos by knowing what it looks like. That's the only way we could do it now. And I don't think the computer generation would be as high resolution or as real as a pixelated, almost, black and white grainy photo. It's impossible to freaking fake that. Impossible. And yet people just basically say it's fake. Kubrick did it on a soundstage in Hollywood. It's fake. Like, where's your freaking evidence? Kubrick was busy. Kubrick was doing a lot of stuff. He didn't have time to be freaking messing around with freaking faking a moon landing. I think he wanted to do a documentary on it. And obviously he did 2001 Space Odyssey. And very interested in the space program and way space works. But again, look at what they did in the 70s with 2001 Space Odyssey. I think it came out in the 70s. Let's just check real quick. Fact check Sean. Boom, boom, boom. 2001 Space Odyssey. It came out in 1968. So look at the perfect timing of that. Like, people are talking about because the year after Space Odyssey came out, Kubrick did we landed on the moon finally. During the time of probably even filming, definitely during the time of filming 2001 Space Odyssey, we were sending people up into space. But you look at that film and you look at, everybody talks about like what a grand breakthrough in film, filmography and way it is filmed. And it is, for its time, it is pretty spectacular. And it does not equal the actual pictures of space travel. Not even close. If you had a space station like the one they did in Space Odyssey, and because it was small, because it was not as large as it could be. I mean, I'm talking 7-8 miles. Because it wasn't that large, and it was more of a one room circular. That walk, you would actually have a lean, and it depends on how the gravity goes, but people would be standing like that. You'd stand perfect. You know how we stand straight up here on Earth. In space, you would have because of the artificial gravity done by spin, centrifugal force gravity. You would actually get a lean as you walk, and this would actually shift depending on how the center of gravity is. But you would never be at the center. You'd have to tilt it just a slight bit, so that you can actually have everything straight. So, when you spin like this, I think I'm badly describing this, but when you spin like this, you get a pull, but there's other forces at play, usually travel. But if you're in orbit, you have to have it so that it actually spins towards the thing, so you can actually utilize the artificial gravity through centrifugal force. I know that everybody talks about zero G. Zero G is not weightlessness. Zero G is there is microgravity, and the microgravity is what you latch onto to get yourself artificial gravity through spin. But you have to be very large, and like I said, 8 miles. 8 miles is about right, to where it's almost unnoticeable. An 8 mile, from one, diameter, right? That's diameter. Radius is to the center. Diameter is the circumference. No, that's the circumference. It's the freaking diameter. My God, I freaking don't know my geometry anymore. Fuck. What is diameter? Circumference is the area around, right? I am such a dummy. All right. So radius is from the center to this, and diameter is straight across. So not the diameter of the thing. It doesn't have to be 7 miles. The circumference of the would have to be 8 miles. So a little bit smaller than the diameter of 8 miles. But oh my fucking God, I can't believe it. My brain. I was only going to do a half hour. Now I'm at an hour. Let me end this already. I love you. You guys have a wonderful night. All right. And as always, cool beans. All right. Take care.